Hey guys, and welcome to the Working Money channel. Please subscribe, guys. It really does help with the algorithm, and a thumbs up never hurts as well. So XRP, look at that. It did take off overnight. Actually, not even overnight. Over the last few hours leading up to the recording of this video, we can see XRP did go up as high as $1.03. Right now, trading at about $1.01.5. So a big spike for XRP. Really kind of finding that bottom here, right, at about 85 cents, as we've been talking about all week now. Did find that bottom, and now it's looking as though we are moving up, guys. I'm keeping my fingers crossed. Bitcoin also in that position, and Bitcoin really rallying right now. $47,200 per BTC. You can see the rocket ship has taken off as well. If I bring up Songbird here, guys, on the BITRUE exchange, you can trade Songbird on BITRUE. I do have an affiliate link in the description if you're interested in opening a BITRUE account. Songbird trading at just over 56 cents, so 0.567. We did see it right at the beginning, right over here, go up as high as 90 cents, and then we did see another localized top up here of about 74 cents. Then we've seen it kind of vacillating, finding that level of support down in and around 50 cents. So people buying it up as soon as it hits 50 cents, right in and around here, right in and around here. And we can see old resistance, old. And I mean, when I'm talking old on this chart, old meaning back from September 27th, old supply up here, or resistance becomes new demand or support. So that's what we're seeing for Songbird. Of course, it is the first of the month, which means 1 billion XRP has been released from the escrow, brought to us by DJ Peter Vass. This was recorded by Whale Alert. Besides that, it has participated in transferring 114.2 million XRP, moving more than half of this amount. So today, October 1st, the blockchain behemoth, also known as Ripple, shoveled another ultra huge XRP amount from escrow, 1 billion, worth slightly over $948 million in USD. The release was made in 2 transactions, each bearing 500 million XRP. And so you guys can see the snapshot down here from Whale Alert. And for those of you guys maybe new to the space, they have been doing this since 2017. These regular monthly releases were initially planned to take 55 months, meaning that the company would stop unlocking funds from escrow in and around 2022, which, way back then, way back in 2017, we were thinking, wow, that's so far in the future. But now, guys, that is just around the corner. Interesting to note that. I don't know if their plans are going to change based on, based on the lawsuit. Of course, they weren't able to develop as fast as they wanted to. However, I feel as though once this lawsuit is behind them, they are going to get on it. Airwallex now strengthening global executive team with key senior hires. Okay, this is a Ripple company, and they are continuing to push forward. They've appointed 2 senior members to support the significant expansion across its business as the company extends globally. Collectively, these senior executives bring close to 4 decades of multinational HR and finance experience, further bolstering Airwallex's global executive team. These key appointments follow a period of record business growth for Airwallex since reaching unicorn status in 2019. Recently, the company announced a $200 million Series E fundraising round valued at about $4 billion US. So the senior hires, for those of you guys interested, Joanne Chin, SVP, Global Head of People and Talent, and David Bicknell, Global SVP of Finance. So again, this is a Ripple company, and I did recently report on the $200 million Series E funding round just the other week. Great to see Ripple partners growing faster, right? Growing stronger. And, when Ripple gets out of court too, I have a feeling that the development will just continue from them as well. It hasn't stopped them. David Schwartz was just at a developer conference, and this was brought to us by BondCrypt XRP. XRP Ledger is taking on Ethereum with federated sidechains, and this is what David Schwartz had to say. Ripple X, the developer arm of Ripple, has released an engineering preview of federated sidechains on the XRP Ledger. While speaking at the virtual Apex Dev Summit earlier today, David Schwartz said that Ethereum virtual machine chains would be one of the first applications of the new feature. The ability to move tokens makes them federated, he explained. But this is what I found interesting. The Ripple CTO is convinced that migrating smart contracts from Ethereum to the XRP Ledger could minimize the barrier to entry for DeFi developers. So what he is saying is, or rather what he's foreseeing for the possible, as a possibility in the future, moving smart contracts onto the XRPL. David Schwartz slammed Ethereum's high fees, claiming that they are not something that the community should be proud of. I'm sure many of you have heard the narrative that Ethereum fees mean that it's very useful and it's very popular, but it's important to keep in mind these fees are residual friction that have not been removed by the system. Apart from DeFi applications, federated sidechains also unlock such use cases as non-fungible tokens and central bank digital currencies. So, many applications for the XRPL. David Schwartz just pointing out the obvious here, right? Who wants these large fees? How is this sustainable over time? And I think the answer is many people do not want these large fees, and it is not sustainable over time. And David Schwartz giving us an alternative, essentially moving smart contracts over onto the XRPL with federated sidechains. Great update there. And just to speak to Ethereum's Vitalik Buterin here, this was him back in 2018. I gotta thank Jeff at ISO_XRP for tagging me in this. Well, I could read the quote up here, but, I'm gonna let Vitalik explain it for himself.
Even for blockchain applications, there is this brief kind of opening where a few projects were able to get a lot of money with basically selling tokens, and this is why the Ethereum Foundation, for example, is able to be kind of fairly morally pure about open sourcing things, but at the same time, it's got a very substantial pool of capital that it uses to kind of fund projects and development and support the ecosystem.
So in this clip, he's essentially admitting that there was this brief period of time where companies could go in, sell tokens essentially to raise money, raise capital. And I can't believe he even says this. Ethereum Foundation, for example, it is able to be kind of fairly moral and pure about open sourcing things. Morally and pure, right? Deaton Digital also pointing that out. How can they use the words morally or pure? Then everyone who is not part of the free pass posse know they got away with breaking the law and building an ecosystem off ill-gotten gains, while 10,000 other projects didn't. Exactly, not morally impure. And so, also guys, important to note the date here, November 2018, definitely after the Hinman speech. So things were brewing at that time, things were going on behind the scenes at that time. Many of us in the XRP community were so focused, though, on Ripple and XRP, we did not see all this other stuff that was going on with Ethereum, and we didn't know that Ripple was going to be served with a lawsuit almost 2 years later, almost 2 years after this. Anyway, interesting how Vitalik puts it there. I'm looking forward to this from Eleanor Terrett here. Now, she's wishing us all a happy Friday. Tune into Liz Clayman's show, 3 p.m., 4 p.m. Eastern Time, to catch Charles Gasparino and Cheryl Cascone interview none other than John Deaton. Then I'll be doing a post-interview rundown of the week with Gasparino right here on Twitter live. So we are going to see the one and only John Deaton on Fox Business on Liz Clayman's show. So I can't wait for that. Happening today, guys, 3 p.m., 4 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. This is just something that I guess was given to John Deaton from the XRP community, decentralized attorney of the XRP community, John E. Deaton. An award for you, fine sir. You have been doing a lot of work for us, and very, very happy you are a part of this community and have been donating your time. Good man, can't wait to see the interview today. Okay, so as for Songbird, 15 exchanges, guys, are now supporting Songbird tokens, and these are the ones that are doing it. So CoinSpot, BitTrue, ZB, XMO, Bitso, Altcoin Trader, Bitstamp, eToro, BTC Markets, Crypto.com, Celsius, BitCub, CoinField, Upbit, and BitThumb. So a few of those are actually relatively new additions. Like this one here, Free American Spirit, tag me in this. With regards to Crypto.com, one of the bigger ones, we are pleased to announce that Crypto.com will be supporting the Flare Network's upcoming Songbird SGB airdrop. Crypto.com app and exchange users who participated in the FLR distribution will receive SGB in a single drop, and at the same ratio as FLR. The SGB will be distributed once the technical background is prepared. So they will be doing that, but again, they do need to make sure the platform is secure and prepared for their customers. I also noticed here for my Canadian friends, CoinField is also an exchange here on the list. However, they did tweet out that they were supporting, but then they did recently delete that tweet. So I'm not sure if that is still up in the air or not, something that you might want to look into. And another piece of news, guys, here for algo holders is from Michael Jordan at Algo Family here on Twitter. In case you missed it, Binance is blocking all algo holders from participating in governance or moving their algo off the exchange. This should be a wake-up call for all holders. So if you do hold Algorand and it is on the Binance exchange, just be careful. Be wary of this. You might want to have alternative plans to move it off the exchange. Just saw this, and so I thought I'd bring it to your attention. Wanted to keep moving, though, because this, another piece of news that I wanted to mention from James Roll XRP, just to be careful if you guys are trying to follow steps for the Bifrost wallet or for other kinds of custody solutions for Songbird. Apparently this is a scam. So if you see a tweet here from Flare Networks at Songbird Flare, this account here with only 1,338 followers, following nobody, this is a scam account. So I do suggest you report and block these guys pretending to be someone else. And then I'll fill out the rest of the information later, but just to let you guys know, at Songbird Flare, not a real account. They're trying to scam you guys, and so just wanted you guys to be mindful of that. One Cryptic Poet here bringing this to our attention too with regard to Visa. They are working on a blockchain interoperability hub. Global payments giant Visa has introduced a project that aims to be a universal adapter of all blockchains that can connect multiple cryptocurrencies, stablecoins, as well as central bank digital currencies. Now, the thing about Visa that we do know is that they relatively recently acquired a company called Earthport. This was back in 2019. Earthport is fully Ripple enabled, and so again, another company that has a indirect connection to Ripple is doing this, a universal adapter, creating what they are dubbing a universal adapter for all blockchains. So this is like mega interoperability. According to an official announcement on Thursday, Visa's research team is working on a universal payment channel, or a UPC initiative, a blockchain interoperability hub connecting multiple blockchain networks and enabling transfers of digital assets from different protocols and wallets. And so here's one of the examples they give. Imagine splitting the check with your friends when everyone at the table is using a different type of money. Some using CBDCs like the Swedish e-krona, and others preferred a private stablecoin like USDC, Visa wrote. Adding that such a tool, well, may be a reality in the not too distant future with the UPC project. Universal Payment Channel. Developed by Visa's research and product teams, the UPC project is designed to establish dedicated payment channels between different blockchain networks, connecting CBDC networks between countries, as well as connecting CBDCs with private stablecoin networks as well. So guys, the world of interoperability is at our doorstep. Of course, Ripple going to be central to this. We know about Earthport, recently purchased by Visa. And not only that, guys, we also have this from BondCrypt XRP. With regards to the central bank's global CBDC bridge needs public and private cooperation. This coming from the BIS in a recent report, so released just yesterday. The BIS's latest CBDC report refers to joint efforts to explore a retail CBDC alongside the Bank of Canada, the Bank of England, the Bank of Japan, the European Central Bank, the United States Federal Reserve, the Swedish Riksbank, and the Swiss National Bank as well. The report provides an executive summary of investigation progress made since publishing a report last October, which pointed out common foundational principles and core features of CBDCs. The BIS also published 3 detailed CBDC reports related to CBDC system design and interoperability, user needs, adoption, and financial stability implications. The reason I bring this up is because I took a look at the list of these banks here, and because I've been doing this so long, I knew automatically that every single one of these central banks had a connection to Ripple. And so just to go through the list here, okay, this from a couple of years ago, the Bank of Canada praises Ripple's XRP. They did talk about them in several reports as a solution, as one of the options that would allow cross-border transactions roll smoothly from bank to bank. So this is not the official statement, but the Bank of Canada has gone on the record and said that. They are also in a project with the Monetary Authority of Singapore called Project Jasper, Project Ubin. That also has to do with central bank digital currency conversion from one country to another. We have the Bank of England here. Of course, famously, the Bank of England has been running on Ripple, has definitely not been shy to mention how great Ripple is directly from their website here. We have the Bank of Japan, of course, the Bank of Japan. Japan, a really big player in this space, and SBI Holdings, obviously, also another one of those influential companies in Japan, really pushing XRP adoption. But this article was back from 2019. The Bank of Japan and the European Central Bank research and experiment with Interledger ILP. Of course, this was back then when they were testing it, but since then, more developments have occurred. This was a big milestone at that time for a lot of these banks. We also have the United States Federal Reserve. Well, we know the US is implementing what is going to be called FedWire. And if you guys don't know about that, I did a video on that. I've done a few videos on that. I'll link one of them if I can find it. I'll link one up here in the top right-hand corner. Looking to get onto the ISO 20022 standard. Of course, FedWire is going to be integrated with Volente or Volpay. And we also know Volente is the Volpay Ripple processor module, and it speeds up integration to the Ripple Global Settlement Network. So a connection there as well. We've got Sverige or Swedish Riksbank, okay? And in Sweden, they were also testing this out a few years ago. This is another one from 2019. From their official website up here, they discuss innovative fintech companies, and they mention Ripple here. For example, Ripple has created a blockchain system primarily for interbank payments. Other fintech companies offer services to companies and private individuals. These services are often based on the fintech company itself combining and offsetting incoming and outgoing payments, more or less like a clearinghouse. So we know they have been testing it as well. Finally, guys, Swiss National Bank. This is the biggie here. The Swiss National Bank, for those of you guys who do not know, Brad Garlinghouse was at an official Swiss National Bank conference back in May of 2019, Ripple CEO. What he did was he won the hearts at the Swiss National Bank conference, and this party was loaded with a lot of important players, including people from the ECB, i.e. Christine Lagarde, and people from the BIS, including Augustin Carstens. And just to show you guys what I'm talking about here, this is a Swiss National Bank conference video. This is a presentation, all right, with Brad Garlinghouse speaking directly at this conference.
And then you need to worry about the regulation of the private sector. But now we have someone from the private sector, Brad Garlinghouse, who is the CEO of the financial technology company Ripple.
I will start off by also thanking Charles, thanking Thomas, thanking Christine. It's an honor to be included.
By the way, there's Christine Lagarde's head right there.
And as was introduced, I think they saved me for last so that I could talk about the private sector version of this.
The private sector version of this. Now, guys, this video is about 9.5 minutes long. I'm not going to get into the whole presentation here. I mean, of course, Brad Garlinghouse does what he does best. I will link this video in the description of the video here. This is from Alex Cobb's channel. But you note here Brad Garlinghouse talking about the private sector and how his company, how Ripple, is going to be so influential with this. Meanwhile, from this report just dated yesterday, the BIS stresses the need for public and private cooperation. And just to add the icing on the cake, I figured I'd bring this up as well, again, back from March of 2021, when Ripple did pilot private ledgers for central banks, launching CBDCs. Guys, it's all coming to fruition. It's just a matter of time before we get that SEC clarity. Luckily, we are seeing the crypto market ramp up, and at least we can make some money in this spec run, am I right? Wow, up to $1.07, then coming right back down. Looks like I'm going to have to keep an eye on the price today. That's just my opinion, but I want to hear what you guys think. Please subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. Like the video if you like the content I'm providing. I always love hearing your comments. See you in the next one, guys.